The Walt Disney Company has been forced to pay $10 million in a settlement with the feds for the heinous, awful act of not protecting children. That's right. Today we'll tell you what it's all about and why Mickey Mouse is feeling very left out. Bob Iger down and out at the federal government of the United States. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back and happy midday Monday if you're tuning in at this fun time of the day. Happy to be with the one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. Click the like button and drop a comment down below. And here we go. The Western Journal telling us it turns out even Disney's magic has legal and costly limits. The Justice Department Office of Public Affairs announced in a news release Tuesday that it has reached a settlement with the entertainment giant over alleged violations of federal ... Oh my, Western Journal, what do you say? Disney to pay $10 million penalty for alleged illegal targeting of kids by Ted Sheffrey, and this is being posted by the Associated Press? Targeting of children? We haven't seen this since Letarget, eh? Folks, we're going to tell you what this is about. It's not as bad as it looks, I promise. It's not that bad. I mean, it's bad, but it's not that bad. But here's what you need to know before we read the article out of Deadline I'm going to go to. The actions that Disney was taking largely occurred before the Trump administration came into office, and now they're paying the price for what they were up to under the Biden administration. Now, why would Disney have been doing this under the Biden administration? My thesis here, ladies and gentlemen, is they didn't think they'd get caught. And even if they did get caught, they were allied, so they didn't have to worry about it. Then the Orange Man comes in, new DoJ, new head there, and they say, what have you been up to over there, Disney? What have you been doing? Let's check it out. Here's the article out of Deadline, Ted Johnson and Dade Hayes. The DOJ reaffirms Disney's $10 million payment to settle privacy allegations over labeling of children's videos on YouTube. Now, this matters because the Disney company really wants info about kiddos. They really want to know, what do the kids like? What do they want to see? What toys will they buy? Okay, and you can forgive them for that, right? They're a corporation, but the government cannot. And here is the article. The Walt Disney Company is paying $10 million to settle allegations over the labeling of children-focused videos on YouTube, the U.S. Department of Justice reaffirmed Tuesday. And you got to say, for the attorneys of Disney, the crackpots over there, the legal wizards that they are, you know, they're on a real winning spree. Whether it's having to settle with Gina or whether it's being forced to lose in Florida. I mean, Disney, you are paying for the creme de la creme when it comes to people who can't win in the legal community. Well played. The DOJ announcement follows a disclosure of the same settlement last September by the FTC. That's right. The FTC looked into this. And who has the FTC cited in the past in investigations of Disney? None other than little old thatparkplace.com, the website that we run around this place. Yeah. Well, you know what? The FTC has been investigating Disney, and then they handed it over to the DOJ. So if you're wondering, is Disney ready to play nice maybe with the feds, maybe with, doing the right thing? There are a lot of skeletons in the closet. And I just think, if there was a more pristine company out there, maybe they could take the risk of a Jimmy Kimmel better than a Disney. But Disney is no pristine company. They've been up to things, at least I believe, and I'm allowed to have that opinion. It says, according to the FTC complaint originally filed by the DOJ, Disney allegedly violated the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act by failing to properly label the YouTube uploaded videos as made for kids, the FTC said. The company enabled the collection of data from children under 13 without parental consent. Now, folks, you don't have to worry. You don't have to fret. You don't have to say, oh, my video I released 13 years ago, oh, it's probably for kids. I need to... That's not what this is about. This, folks, is wide scale. It's massive. Let's talk about it. The videos at issue were posted between 2020 and 2022. Again, under the Biden administration, according to the FTC complaint filed by the Justice Department. The DOJ had filed the FTC complaint with the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California. In announcing the settlement Tuesday, the department said the court had ordered Disney, in addition to the civil penalty, to create a program to ensure proper compliance with COPPA on YouTube in the future. Quote, the Justice Department is firmly devoted to ensuring parents have a say in how their children's information is collected and used, said Assistant Attorney General Brett A. Shumate of the department's Civil Division. The department will take swift action to root out any unlawful infringement on parents' rights to protect their children's privacy. COPPA, as they call it, which took place in 2000, has recently been revisited in light of the rise in social media use among kids and teenagers and the ubiquity of digital content. An amended version of the law was passed by the Senate in 2024, but did not receive House approval. House Republicans have recently revived it in committees and have been conducting hearings. Disney is not the only company to be found at fault by the government for this infringement. Microsoft paid $20 million in 2023 to resolve claims that it violated children's privacy with signups for its Xbox video game platform. Same stuff has been going on with TikToks and others. But Disney says, last September, supporting the well-being and safety of kids and families is at the heart of what we do. This settlement does not involve Disney-owned and operated digital platforms, but rather is limited to the distribution of some of our content on YouTube's platform. As they try to pretend, I guess, that we don't really run that whole Disney YouTube channel thing. Yeah, you do. Just because it's on somebody else's platform, you're running it, you're posting the videos. Disney has a long tradition of embracing the highest standards of compliance with children's privacy laws. Privacy for those across the pond, and we remain committed to investing in the tools needed to continue being a leader in this space. Except you had to pay $10 million because for 2 years you screwed it up. All right, how badly did things go? After a settlement in 2019, YouTube started requiring that content creators indicate if videos are uploaded as made for kids or not made for kids. Why? Because if you're watching it, folks, and you're not a kid, they're taking your data, all right? And they're knowing stuff about you. If you are a kid, however, you can't do that. What was the old Nickelodeon show? You can't do that on TV. You can't do that on YouTube. The FTC claimed that Disney was told in the mid-2020s, I guess mid-2020 the year, that YouTube had changed designations on more than 300 videos to made for kids. But the company did not change its policy of a blanket designation at the channel level. The videos in question included content for movies like Frozen, Inside Out, Finding Dory, and Encanto. In other words, some of Disney's biggest, obviously kid content pieces were sent out there, not labeled as for kids, which then allowed for data to come from the children's on their tablets, on their phones, watching Frozen, watching Inside Out, etc. The FTC's complaint noted that the Pixar channel was marked as not made for kids. The entire channel. But that's not on our platform. Sure. While the similar videos on Pixar Cars channel was designated as made for kids. Complaint said that disparity illustrates Disney's failure to mark child direct content as made for kids when such content is uploaded to not made for kid channels. And Axios first reported on this back in September. Now, I think this is probably a clerical error on the part of Disney, but I also think that it's indicative of a company that got sloppy when they were under the Biden administration, when they believed under Dana Walden that they were going to have Kamala Harris for the next 8 years. I think this is a company that got very sloppy with compliance, and you can't get sloppy with compliance when it comes to kids. That's the bottom line, and that's what they did. $10 more million. How many times can the Walt Disney Company lose? Time after time. Cyndi Lauper, get out of my head. Disney continues to lose in court over and over and over. So all of the facade, all of the aura about Disney has the greatest legal minds ever, you can't sue the mouse, that's gone. They burned down that house because they've lost against Gina, they've lost in Florida, they've lost here, and we can keep going, folks. It's loss after loss after loss after loss. And if you want to find out one place they did win in a way that's should be humiliating for them, go check out the Patreon, www.patreon.com/WDW Pro, where I'll let you know what it is they just did to get out of a lawsuit that, frankly, should be embarrassing to every woman involved in the company. That's right. All right, folks, that's what we're bringing to you. This is a Disney that needs to get back in order. And I would say that as they get ready to pick up the next CEO, this, I believe, falls under Dana Walden yet again. $10 million out there. No longer in the mouse's bin. And here's what you got to wonder. You know, in a year where Disney has struggled to break even at the box office, I know the headlines now are supposed to tell you that they had the biggest year ever. We'll dissuade you of that real soon. We got the details. But in a year when Disney has struggled at the box office, it can't be much fun losing $10 million over absolutely nothing. But that is the Bob Iger Company today, and it could be the Dana Walden Company if the board chooses her. I just have the nerve to think it might be Josh tomorrow instead. All right, folks, that is the video for today. We've got another one coming your way in about 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. Come check us out, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. We'd love to see you there. And until the next time, folks, like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, and if you see the hype button, the time is ripe to hit the hype. We'll see you real soon. Keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe I made it. This thing is great. And now I have my own emoji on WDW Pro's channel.
Right? Hey, everyone's been wanting me for, like, ever. But just remember, you're like a pity vote.
Thanks.
By the way, do you want me to turn on the bubbles?
They are on. Aren't they?